Hi, my name is Shubham Singhal and I'm a product manager here at Statsig. Today I will be giving a deep dive on our feature management suite. Let's dive right in. So we offer three products within our feature management suite: feature gates, dynamic configs, and parameter stores. I'll be going through each one of them in detail today. So let's start with feature gates, which is our most useful product on Statsig. So on feature gates, so feature gates are essentially a tool where you can roll out or roll back a new feature to a targeted set of users. It's a really powerful engineering tool to increase your shipping velocity and de-risk your releases. So on Statsig, you can see all the feature gates that you are running into your product. I'll click on one of those gates. So now you can see how the particular gate is configured. So on Statsig, what you can do is you can target a particular feature to a set of users using a bunch of criteria and rules. For example, here we are targeting a particular feature to a specific set of users who have a specific type of email. We offer some out-of-the-box criteria such as what's your app version, what's your browser name, what's the user email. But we also allow you to add your custom targeting criteria such as custom field. So for example, in custom field, one of the targeting criteria that you can add is early access. So let's say if you have few users who are part of your beta program or who have early access to your product, you can set customizable fields to target them specifically. In this case, we are launching a feature to these early access users. Then you can also determine how many of those users do you want to show this feature to, and how many of those users you do not want to show this feature to, and over time you can change these percentages as you roll out your feature. So this is like the basic configuration of a feature gate. On the right hand side, you can also see who created this feature gate, what's the status of this feature gate, is it in progress, has it been launched, and like a little description of this gate, which is useful to see if you are landing on a feature gate for the first time. Second thing is, as soon as you launch a feature gate, we provide you with out-of-the-box diagnostics, which helps you determine if your feature gate is launched correctly or not. You can debug your gate by clicking on one of these exposures, where you can see if a user is seeing the gate or not, and what are the reasons behind each of those things. And once you know that your feature gate is launched properly, you can see the results in terms of what's happening to the users who see the gate versus who do not see the gate. And this is where Statsig's sort of special sauce kicks in. We provide you this out of the box. We turn every feature gate into a lightweight A/B experiment where you can compare users who see the feature versus users who do not. And this basically helps you not just roll out features but also like monitor them on a day-to-day basis. So this is pretty powerful in determining which features in your app are moving your metrics in the positive direction and which features are not. So this is the overall sort of demo of how our feature gates work. One powerful thing that we do is you can see all the feature gates that are currently active in your app. You can filter these gates by who created these gates, what is the status of these gates, and you can also toggle between a list view and this environments view where you can see all the gates across different environments, such as development, staging, and production. This is especially useful for your DevOps teams that want to monitor all the feature gates across environments and sort of identify and debug issues as early as possible. Next thing that I want to show is, let's say you are working on a feature gate and then you want to see what are the changes somebody has done historically to that gate. So you can review the history by clicking this button, and you can see all the changes that have been made to this gate in the past. This is pretty useful when you are collaborating with the team and you want to see what kind of changes your colleague has done on a feature gate. For example, if I click on this particular change, I can see the changes that have been done. For example, this feature gate was rolled out to a certain percentage of users, and now it has been rolled out to 100% of the users. So this is pretty useful if you want to like figure out what has been done in the past, and if you're debugging any particular feature. Second thing that I want to talk about is our lifecycle capabilities. So when we think of feature gates, we don't just think of rolling out new features. We also think about when you have rolled out a feature, when you know that a feature is working, you also want to like deprecate that feature gate code from your code base so that it doesn't accumulate over time and leads to tech debt. So we offer some out of the box capabilities that that sort of nudge you to archive gates or delete gates once they have passed a certain date. For example, we show this banner such as your gate might be a stale gate if it hasn't been checked in the last 30 days, and we sort of nudge you to archive it. This is pretty powerful because what we have heard from a lot of customers is that they launch a lot of features and hence they create a lot of gates, but people don't go back and see what gates are currently active or not, and they don't delete. So this lifecycle management really helps you manage feature gates end to end, right from launching them to deprecating them, and make sure that your code is not sort of accumulating over time. Another thing that we offer at Statsig in feature gates is something called guardrail metric alerts. So let's say you're launching a feature gate and you face any regression in terms of your metric. We want to alert you that okay, your XYZ metric is regressing and you might want to pause your feature, roll out, or roll it back to 0%. So you can create these metric alerts on any metric. For example, in this feature gate, I'm using a bunch of metrics, and one of these metric has an alert set up on this. So I can see the alert. For example, in this case, the alert is that if my metric goes below 25% between test and control, I will send you an alert. This is pretty powerful because it helps you stay on top of your features that you are rolling out, and you can de-risk your releases as soon as you get an alert, and you can take a prompt action. So this is basically our end-to-end capabilities on feature gates, right from launching a feature gate, debugging it, looking at the history, setting up alerts, and all of that. Next, I want to talk about our dynamic configs product. So dynamic configs are a powerful way to parameterize your product in an easy way and dynamically change the configurations of your applications without any code changes. So if I have to talk about dynamic configs, so this is a dynamic config that we have. It basically looks pretty much similar to a feature gate. The main difference is that instead of passing Boolean values, yes and no, you can pass a JSON string to a dynamic config. So you can use this JSON string to basically parameterize your product or pass a certain set of configurations in your application. And rest of the features that apply on feature gates, such as lifecycle management, seeing the history, all of those apply on dynamic configs as well. So you get all the capabilities that we offer in feature gates in dynamic configs too. And finally, let's talk about parameter stores. So parameter stores are essentially is a tool that helps you parameterize your product, especially your mobile application. So let's say if your mobile application has, let's consider Uber for an example. If Uber has a wait time as a parameter, you can parameterize this particular value and then control this particular value using a feature gate or an experiment behind the scenes. So it is really helpful for mobile application use cases where you want to dynamically change a parameter's value without pushing code to production. So this is another powerful way in which we help you launch features at a rapid velocity. So this is all that we offer on feature management. I hope you really enjoyed this demo, and feel free to check this out for yourself. Thank you.